What's up, Scops? I'm back here with another video, and today I'm going to be doing an acrylic nail video. So we're getting ready for the winter season and Christmas is coming up. So I'm going to be doing some Christmas nails. They have a snowflake on them, but I don't have that decal and I don't feel like doing a snowflake design, so I'm just going to use this instead. Yeah, so let's get into the video and let's see how my nails turn out, even though they're gonna be looking bomb anyway. But let's get to it.
Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Vixen and all his reindeers pulling on the reins. Bells are ringing, children singing, all is merry and bright. So hang your stockings and say your prayers, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight. Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. He's got a bag that's filled with toys for boys and girls again. Hear those sleigh bells jingle, jangle, oh what a beautiful sight. So jump in bed and cover your head, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight.
Okay, I had to flip my camera around so that way you guys can see everything that I was doing on my desk and I wouldn't have to keep like picking up everything and showing you guys. So this is the nail primer that I'm gonna use. I get everything that I'm using from this place called City Nails in Pomona. Yeah, they have a lot of good stuff for like beginning nail artists, or even if you have like a nail salon, or if you're a nail tech in training or whatever. I think that's what it's mainly for. It's not just for like, well, it is for in-home nail techs, but y'all know what I mean. So this is my nail brush. This is a Kolinsky. I just got not just got this, I probably got it in the summer, but I haven't done my nails in a long time, so it's new for me. I used to have this like really cheap nail brush and that was just bad. Then my nail file, of course, this is a 100 nail file. This is probably the best nail file to use if you're doing acrylics. I really wouldn't recommend using it on your nails because it will like split your nail. Even if you have like, I have strong nail, like a strong nail bed, but it still splits my nail, so I try not to use it even though I'm gonna use it right now. So and then my electric file, my powder, I'm gonna use clear, and then the blue I just showed you guys, and then the sparkles, manometer. This is the liquid they dip the brush into in order to apply the powder to your nail. Then the actual nails, of course. I sized myself already, so I have them all laid out. What else? Oh, I was gonna use this for the diamonds, but I'm not gonna do any diamonds anymore. So I really don't need this because I'm not doing any designs. And of course you need your cotton to get the oil and everything off your nail before you start. And I need a nail clipper because my nails were kind of long, so I just want to make sure they're not like hanging over my fingertip, because then it's kind of hard to apply the nail. And then they won't last as long either. They'll start growing faster, even though my nails grow kind of fast. But yeah, I don't use a gel top. I use this cold gel finish, so that way I don't have to use the LED light, even though I still end up using the LED light for a little bit with the cold gel finish, but not as long. I feel like it lasts longer and it looks like shinier with the cold gel finish instead of like the actual gel finish. So I don't know where else they sell this. I've only seen it at that place called Nail City in Pomona, but if y'all know where to get it, then go ahead and get it. So I'm gonna prep my nails with my, where did my buffer go? I didn't even show y'all my buffer, but this buffer, and then I have a buffer that just dropped on the floor. But so I'm gonna use that buffer, and then the nail clipper to clip the nails that's hanging over my fingertips, and then I'm gonna shape it back into the round shape so it's easier to put the nail on. So I'm gonna just like speed past this part because I don't want this video to be too long to where it starts to get boring. So let's get. Okay, so I already put one nail on, but I'm gonna show you guys how to put the rest on. Was that for the wrong hand? It was for the wrong hand. Okay, so I have like these, they're not clear tips because I don't like clear tips. I think they break quicker. But so I put the nail glue on the actual like nail tip and not my own nail. I feel like it lasts longer than when I used to put it on my nail. You only need like a dot of nail glue. You don't need that much. And I'm using Kiss nail glue. I don't usually use Kiss nail glue. I usually use this like dollar nail glue from the place that I get all my stuff from. And for the nail, you just want to like press like really firmly onto your finger so that way it stays. This is supposed to be fast drying. I don't know how fast this is gonna dry, cause yeah. And I think you're supposed to hold it for like 15 to 25 seconds, I think. I'll just hold it for like 25 just to make sure it stays on there. This is the nail glue I usually use. It's just in like a tiny bottle, but it works really good. And last time I used Kiss, it was terrible, but I'll just try it again since I ran out my other one. So you shouldn't have any air bubbles in your nail. If you do, I would recommend redoing it because your nail probably won't stay on like it's supposed to. So this one, there's no air bubbles, if you guys can see that. This one either. I'll do that at the end actually. So I'm just gonna keep applying the nails and yeah. Okay, I'm on my last two nails. You also want to make sure they're not crooked or anything, because if they're crooked, your shape is going to be crooked, like if you're doing coffin or square or ballerina or whatever you're doing. So make sure your nails are not put on crooked. Also, I think I forgot to say this, but before I put the nails on, I got my e-file, and then it's kind of hard to do now, but I got my e-file and I scraped the inside of the nail, like where I apply the tip at. I scraped that part, so that way the glue will stick on better. So I'm just gonna do my last pinky nail. Also, I use all number 6 except for my thumb and my pinky. Well, even for my pinky, I just shape it, but I use all number 6 because if it's 4 out of 5 of my fingers, so I just figure why not? It's cheaper. Yeah, and this glue is not fast drying, or maybe that one is supposed to be fast drying too, but this Kiss glue is not fast drying, so I don't know what they're talking about. Fast drying, maximum speed. Just lie. But I hope this works, because I think I used to use Kiss when I like first started doing my nails, and then I figured out like, oh, that's what's wrong. Like, it's the wrong glue. I don't know, I'm kind of weird, and I don't think you're supposed to do this, but I put like a drop on the nail before. And I know some people apply their nails like that too. They'll put like a drop and then they'll put the nail on. I think that's actually like a better way to do it, but it's just easier for me to put it on the tip instead of my nail, because I gotta do both of my hands, and then I have like these long nails and they're like in my way. And I don't know about y'all, but I prefer like not short nails. Well, I guess nah, they're considered medium, I think, but I prefer medium nails over like long nails, because I'm gonna clip these, because one, I play a sport and that's not gonna work, and two, I just don't like long nails. I feel like they get in the way and then like they kind of nasty, if I'm being honest. So this is really hard. Yeah. Okay, so now I don't know if I want to do coffin or square. Maybe I kind of wanted to do one ballerina and then the rest square. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna clip them first. I'm gonna clip them to the length I want, and I have to file them anyway, so they're gonna be shorter than this. And you always want to make sure they're like the same length, because if they're not, then you have uneven nails and that just don't look right. So I cut about like 2 centimeters off of each nail. About, they look about right, like that. And then I'm still gonna file them, so they're not even gonna be this long. It's gonna be shorter, way shorter actually. This is too long. It's pretty easy to like cut, to like to cut to the size you want. Oh my gosh, and for nail glue, do not ever get it on your fingers. That took forever to get off. I did that twice, and I had ran my finger under some hot water for like a long time, and it still was not coming off, and my fingers were like glued together like this. I think I ended up getting some olive oil and like trying to rub my fingers together, but then it was still like glue stuck on my finger. It was just and it felt all weird. Okay, so now you just want to make sure these are like even like that, and then after you shape them again, you're gonna make sure they're even again, so that way they won't be uneven, because that's a no. Okay, so this is stiletto. I feel like this is still too long. I'm gonna cut some more. Okay, so what I do is I usually tell like how long it's gonna be by looking underneath my nail. So I'll probably cut like another centimeter off, because then I feel like I can't do anything either. Like it starts getting hard to type and everything. It's just bad. And then it also like starts to look longer after you apply the acrylic powder on anyway, just because, I don't know, I guess it just makes it look longer. I don't even know how or why, it just does. Kind of weird actually. When I went to the nail shop to get my nails done back in October, I had went to some place in Las Vegas, and I kept telling the lady like I wanted my nails shorter, and she was like, no, they're gonna be longer. And I was like, no, but I want them shorter. And she was like, no, you're gonna get them longer. And I'm like, girl, like, one is extra for length, and two, I don't want longer nails because I'm gonna break them faster. And she was like, nope, you're getting longer nails. I was like, are you paying for them? And then she was like, no, you're good. And I was like, okay, I guess, even though I really don't want longer nails. I went to the register. This lady talking about $125. I was like, girl, I didn't even do that much for one. And two, like, you said I was good, so what's the issue? She's like, well, you want it longer. And I was like, no, I didn't. She's like, well, that's what you got. And then she added like some rhinestones that I didn't even want. And I was like, I don't want these because they made the design that I wanted look tacky. My phone really just died in the middle of me talking. I didn't even know it was gonna die. But basically, moral of the story, just get your nails shorter because they're gonna trick you anyway. Okay, so I finished clipping to the length I want. They're all the same length. Wait. That one, that one, and my thumbs. So I didn't want to use my big electric file because I'm too lazy and I don't feel like getting it right now. But I'm just gonna use this one, and then I'm just gonna go over it. And I'm also gonna use my 100 file because I think that's quicker anyway. And I'm just gonna like basically make it so that way it's like even, kind of not even, but kind of even, like the nail and the nail tip. So yeah. Okay, so I just finished my one stiletto nail, and then I'm gonna do it on the other side too. I think I kind of made it a little too skinny, but I think it will even out after I put the powder on. I think I'm just gonna do like semi-coffin. So to do coffin, even though I'm not really doing coffin, you do the same thing as stiletto, but you cut a little more off of each side, and you kind of cut more like diagonal as to like downwards. And then you just kind of do the same thing, but you don't make it as skinny as stiletto, but you're basically doing like the same motion and everything, just not as long. And then you just kind of round, you flatten the top of your nail. So to even out, you do that. So it should look kind of something like that. That's not really coffin, but I didn't really want coffin. I guess I wanted like a narrow square, but not like coffin. Oh, and the other reason I kind of file on the top of the nail too is so that way it's like even all around, and it's not like bulky on the sides or anything. You also want to make sure your nails are still the same size after you finish shaping, because they might end up being a little shorter or longer than the other since you like file it and everything. But I think y'all kind of got this part right, so I'm gonna just skip through this a little. Okay, so I'm done shaping my nails. I checked them to make sure they were all the same length and none of them were like off. I'm gonna just go ahead and file underneath so that way there's no like excess glue or anything, because if there is, it starts like hurting your nails. So like if you guys, when you guys were filing and you guys like felt something and it started like hurting, it's probably excess glue. and y'all should get it off. Also, if you have like any like loose pieces of nail, try to file those off too. Or you can do it with a buffer and your nail filer if you don't have an electric filer. This one that I have right now, this one was pretty cheap. It was just $20 at Target. Yeah, at Target. I have another one. I got it off of Amazon. That one was pretty expensive because it's like the real one. It's not like a tiny portable one. This one isn't bad though, but it's hard to find the tips for it because it's not like a common one. I think they used to sell the tips in Target. I don't think they sell them in Target anymore. That's why I kind of had to get the other one. And also, this one doesn't like work for everything, but I'm trying to make this like a beginner video in a way, so that way y'all kind of know what to do. So it's a little easier. I'm also gonna do the same thing I'm doing right now after I put on the powder, just in case I forget to show you all that, which I shouldn't, but knowing me, I might. See, it just kind of stops, but it's okay. But if you're using a new one, don't do this as like heavy as I'm doing it right now, because I know this one's pretty cheap, so it's not gonna ruin my nail or my finger. Because if you have it at like a high speed with the real one, you can burn the skin off your finger, and I just wouldn't. So this is like the final shape I have for my nails. So once stiletto, the rest are like a coughing something, or because I didn't really want coughing, but I did something similar to coughing, which isn't coughing. I hate when you go to the nail shop and they be like, no, that's coughing. I'm like, girl, that is not coughing, that is square. They're like, no, that is coughing. Like, no, it is not. Then they want to charge me $5 per nail. Like, no, I'm not paying you $5 more because you didn't do coughing to begin with. Depending on how you do this, well, you should do it anyway, but you should what's it called? You should file your nail after you put the powder on anyway. I was kind of debating on the blue still, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do blue or white, but I already said I was going to do blue, so I'm gonna just go ahead and do blue. Okay, so like I said, this one is a new brush, but it's so it's already like pointy. But when you start, always make sure your tip is pointy, or else it's not gonna come out as good. So I'm just gonna test this because I haven't put on powder in a while and I don't want to mess up. Also for this one, this nail I'm gonna use clear powder because that's the one I'm gonna do my design on, and that one's okay because I'm not really doing anything. So for your, oh shoot, y'all can't see it. Okay, this is my powder on the right, and then, my manometer is on the right and my powder is on the left. So you just want to kind of dip it lightly. Let me just pick it up. So dip it lightly, and then there's not a lot on here, it's not dripping or anything. And then you get your powder, and you don't want to push it all the way in, you just want to like dab it on the top, and don't drag it either. You just want to make sure it kind of soaks it all up. And I did not grab a lot. Yeah, that is not enough for that now. If you mess up, just wipe it. I'm using a cotton ball. You should really use like a paper towel or a tissue or something. But yeah, so just kind of make sure everything soaks up. How did that get in there? I used to do like those butterfly nails. Those were kind of cute actually, but yeah, I need to do this a little differently. But you don't want to grab a lot, because then it's not gonna spread on evenly. And you want to start like towards the top of your nail, but not all the way at the top, because you want to make sure it spreads evenly like a real nail would, you know what I mean? Let me redo this because that did not come out how it was supposed to come out. That's better. Okay, so now you kind of just want to paint it as if you have like nail polish or something. Nail polish, not something. I don't have like the fast drying manometer, so I can take my time with it. And depending on like how long your nail is, like how long you chose your nail to be, you'll start it off there, or not there, but you'll have to apply more. So it's spreading on evenly, but I do need some more because it's not going all the way to the top. So now where you started, you don't want to start in the same spot. You want to start a little higher than where you did, and you want to do the same thing. So you just kind of want to spread it evenly, and then you kind of want to repeat the same process until you're able to cover your full nail. If it does look like it's not like even and you need to put some more, you can put more, but don't grab a lot with your brush because then it won't come out right. And then the more even it is, the easier or the less you'll have to file afterwards. So it should look like that. And you kind of just want to wait for it to dry. And then I always clean my brush after I'm done with each nail. Some people don't, but I feel like it's a little easier if I clean my brush after each nail. So that's pretty much all you do. I'll do one more nail and then I'll skip past it, and then I'll show y'all how I do the clear. So it kind of spread out now, but it's not like fully spread out. It still has like a point to it in a way. So make sure there's no excess. So just lightly dip it, depending on how big your nail is. So for my thumb, I needed a lot, right? So I grabbed a little more monomer than I needed to, or not than I needed to, but than I am for the rest of my nails because they're smaller. And then you just want to lightly dip it and let it soak in all the powder that you need, and then put it like right, like a little below where you applied the tip at. And then you want to spread it out evenly so that way it just blends kind of nice. I think they have like, at the place I go to, they have like 3 different types of monomer, 2 or 3, I can't remember, but I know one of them is like fast drying and the other one is slow drying. I'm still using the slow drying because I'm still technically a beginner. Like, I don't think, well, I have done other people's nails, but I'm not like a nail tech, you know what I mean? It's basically like you're polishing your nail right now, so it's not too hard. I mean, if you know how to polish your fingernails. And then I'm just using my thumb to get the excess off, because I feel like, because I mean, you can use like a toothpick, or I know some people use like an old brush, or what else do people use? A Q-tip. But when I'm doing my nails by myself, like on my own, I prefer to just use my finger because it saves time. And then they're easy to like chip off after or file off if you have like a lot. This blue is nice though. It has like a, oh shoot, is that the wrong? I did not put clear on this nail. It's okay, it's okay. I should still be able to get it off. I was supposed to put clear on that nail. That's why I usually what do I usually do? I usually put the clear on first, or like whatever accent nail I'm gonna do, I just do that nail first, so that way I won't mess up to begin with. It's still easy to come off though, because I just did it, luckily. I'm glad it is. But also, I could just use my e-file too, and that's pretty easy. So, I guess not too bad. But I'll kind of have to redo the process for it. It's not bad though, because I realized in enough time what I had did. But, yeah, I recommend doing like your accent. If you're going to do a different color, do your accent nail first. So that way you won't mess up. Because then you have to like redo the process. Nobody got time for that. I guess I'll just go ahead and do the clear right now, so that way I won't mess up again. Or was the clear on the other one? I'm so confused right now. No, it's on this one, because that one is sparkles. So basically the same thing. Don't do what I just did, because I just drag it. You don't want to drag it, because then it like makes it into a ball, but not like the proper ball. It's supposed to have like a ball form, and then you just put on your nail, and then you just kind of pat it down. Clear is kind of tricky though, because you have to make sure it's evenly spread out and it's clear, so it's a little harder to see, and make sure it's all over your nail and that it didn't go like in between your nail or cuticle or anything. I usually do like one big ball and then one small ball of clear, just so that way I'm like completely sure I got it everywhere and I don't have like anything on my nail. And then for the sparkles, I'm just gonna I'm gonna put nail glue on, so that way they last longer. There's this other stuff called UV gel, and I have some, but I don't want to put my hand under the UV light because it's not healthy. Forgot why, something's wrong with it, but I try not to use the UV light unless I really have to. But no, UV gel is supposed to allow you to put your like designs on, like decals and stuff on, and make it stay on longer. So it works better than nail glue if you have UV gel. Mine is in there. I'll show it to y'all after. So this is the clear nail. So if you're doing like a French tip or something, you use clear, or the design like I'm gonna use. I honestly should use the clear nails since I'm doing a clear design, but it's okay because I just don't like clear nail tips because they end up looking funny. I don't know. I don't like it. Okay, so this is like the base. This is like the base of my hand right now. Everything's pretty much dry. I'm gonna reshape them after, and then I'm gonna file the top of them. Then I'm gonna put the designs on them, and we'll be good. So I'm gonna do the other hand, and then I'm back. Okay, I think it's at a different angle, but it's okay. So I finished this hand already. I just did the 2 accent nails, and then I put the gel finish on the top. I'm gonna show you guys what I did for this hand. Also, I took this nail off because I realized I did not put the nail primer on any of my nails, which is like bad because it helps the nails stay on longer. So I was taking this one off to show you guys how to put on the nail primer. So I'm just gonna do that at the end of the video after I finish the rest of these nails. So I got this like sparkle nail polish. You probably should use like a gel polish if you're gonna put like a sparkle polish on the top. I have like sparkle powder, but I think it would have been, I don't think it would have turned out as good as this one is, just because. So yeah, so I put that on both of my nails, and then I'm just gonna wait for it to dry a little bit, but it should dry quick because it's just regular nail polish. It won't like mess up your nail or anything, but it's probably a little better if you use gel polish than regular polish for it. So then I'm gonna get my nail glue, and you don't need a lot because it's just like on the nail, so you just kind of rub it on your nail. And then same thing with this one. Oh, I shouldn't have done this one yet because it's gonna take me a while to show you guys how to do the other one. And then I get this old brush, not a new brush because you will damage it. So then I kind of dipped it in the monomer, and then I kind of dipped it in the topping, and then I just like lightly put it on here. Sometimes I'll put like a finish of clear acrylic on the top just to smooth everything out, but I think this nail is already kind of thick and I don't want it to be too thick, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. I might file it a little bit like on the top to make it a little even, but I'm not gonna put any acrylic powder on it. If you think your nail is kind of thin, then yeah, that's fine to put the acrylic on it because it won't look bulky or like funny or anything. I think I need more glue. So then I just do the same thing with this hand, with this nail. I'm not gonna put as much as I did on the other nail just because this one will kind of show up. I don't really want it to show up too much, just a little bit, you know, because it's already the stiletto shape. And then after I'm done with the video, I have like this nail brush cleaner, so I'm gonna pour my monomer out because I'm probably not gonna be doing any nails soon, and this is like dirty. So I'm gonna get my nail brush cleaner, and then I'm gonna clean the inside of, I forget what this is called, but I'm gonna clean the inside of this, and then I'm gonna clean my brush. I'm just waiting for this glue to dry pretty much, and then I can put the top coat on, and then I'm gonna take this off completely and show you guys how to put the nail primer on. So I'm not gonna put a top coat on my thumb yet, but for this nail, I'm not gonna file it down because it's okay. It's not like bad if I don't file it down. It just feels a little rough, but it's okay. So I just put an even coat of the cold gel finish. This is specifically for like acrylics or gel. That's why it's called a cold gel finish, but you don't need the UV light. I actually didn't use the UV light at all because I didn't do the UV gel, so I didn't need it. But if you're doing the UV gel, then you would need the light. But since I didn't use like any real gel, I didn't need the light. So that was kind of good. So that's basically it. And then at the end, I always put some lotion on. I have like this paraffin lotion from Bath and Body Works. Makes my hands feel like really soft, so I always put that on after I do my nails. So, oh, and then I put the cuticle oil, which grows your nails. So I don't really understand why they put cuticle. I mean, it's to loosen like any like excess gel or powder that went over. I know it's for that, but like it also grows your nail, so it's like a pro and a con, I guess. I end up putting 2 coats of this after 1 coat dries. So it's like a gel, it's like thick like gel. If you guys can see, it's not even really dripping because it's like a thick consistency. But yeah, so I'm just gonna wait for this to dry, and then I'm gonna come back and show you guys this nail. Okay, so I reapplied the nail, and I'm just gonna show you guys how to put the nail primer on. So it's really thin. You honestly just need to like swipe it at the bottom and it will spread. You don't need it at the top, only the bottom of the nail. So it should just look like that. So it's completely dry at first, but now after I put the primer, it's like that. And then it smells really bad though. And then you just do the same thing that I showed you guys to do in the beginning when you're putting the actual acrylic powder on. So you just then when you're done with everything, make sure your brush is completely clean. And I think I said this before, but I have, what's it called? I have brush cleaner, so I'm just gonna clean these 2 out and pour this down my toilet because it will get stuck in my sink if I pour it down my sink. I did that the very first time. Not very smart, and I just messed this up because I was too busy doing something else. And always make sure it dries because it's just like nail polish, but it dries quicker, of course. It's also smart to pour your powder into something else, so that way the like excess monomer won't get onto this, and then it will get older quicker. I didn't do that this time, but it's smart if you do it. So don't follow my lead on that. This is my duster that I have. It's pretty big, honestly, but I've been using it throughout the video, but I just use it after I file my nails and shape them, of course, and then I use it to dust my desk off because all the powder and stuff is on my desk. So yeah, so I'm done shaping. I just have to wait for this to dry, and then so now that this is dry, I can put the top coat on. And after that, I'm done because this only needs 1 top coat because there's no like designs or anything on it. and it's just like a long nail. It's really long actually. I still want them a little shorter. It's okay. It's all good. And I didn't put a second coat on these yet, so I just go ahead and put the second coat on. So that's basically it. I know I did not follow my picture like at all. I basically just did follow the 2 accent nails, but I didn't even do the same designs they did. So yeah. But so this is my favorite brush. This is my first time using this brush, and I'm really happy I got it. It's a Kolinsky. I think I said that already, but Kolinsky brushes are supposed to be like the #1 brushes to use. This is a number 8 Kolinsky. I think number 6s are good too. I can't remember, but I think number 6s are good. It really depends on like how long you've been doing nails, or like how good you are at doing nails, like depending on the number. So I got the thicker one because it's a little easier to, even though they said the tinier ones are easier to use, but I think the thicker ones are easier to use, or for me they are. You're supposed to hold it like a pencil, but I hold my pencil weird, so that's how I apply the powder. But you're supposed to hold it like this, like you're supposed to hold a pencil. Yeah, so these are the final product of my nails, as you can see. And I'll post a picture at the end so you guys can like really see what they look like. So this is the lotion I was telling you guys about. It's just a paraffin hand lotion. It just makes your hands soft. So I just put this on my hands after. I think you're supposed to wash your hands after they finish, like after you finish your acrylics and stuff. But I feel like the soap makes your nails dull, so I don't do that. I think the lotion makes your hands dull too. Or not your hands, but the actual like nail makes it, I think it makes it dull, but it's okay. And then my hands are slippery, shoot. And then this is cuticle oil. You're just supposed to like dash it like that on your cuticle, of course. It has like a pineapple scent. It's really good. I just got it off of Amazon. It wasn't that expensive. So this is just to mainly just like help the glue and acrylic from not sticking to your actual hand if there was any like left over. It also grows your cuticles, so sometimes I won't put it on because then my nails will grow out quicker, and then the acrylics won't last as long. But yeah, so these are the final product. Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and follow our Instagrams in the description box below. I hope you enjoyed the video and my acrylic nail tutorial. Yeah, so make sure to leave a comment and DM us some video ideas to do. Stay tuned for the rest of Vlogmas, and yeah, let us know what you guys want to see in January because it's a new year. You guys can comment a song for our new intro video that we'll have in January as well for the new year. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of Vlogmas. Priceless Cops, we out.